Creature from the Black Lagoon is a absolute monster classic. I am a huge fan of the Universal classic monster movies, whatever you want to call them, whatever you want to consider them. I have this steelbook here, which is actually probably my favorite, or one of my favorites of all time, that has Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein, The Mummy, The Invisible Man, Dracula, and The Wolfman, and I've seen all those. I really enjoy almost all of them. I mean, I like them all, but some of them I absolutely love. Some of them are some of my favorite horror movies of all time, and I've seen Phantom of the Opera from 1925 and also from 43, I think it is. Whatever one is sometimes bunched in with the other ones here, and for some reason, I have not seen Creature from the Black Lagoon until last night. Because they finally added it to the Criterion channel, I was able to check it out, and this is a movie that I've been wanting to watch for years, especially since I really got into these. I bought this back in 2019, the Steelbook, and I watched a few of them back then and really enjoyed them, but it took me probably until this year to just be kind of obsessed with them. You know, I really am a big fan of these movies, and I gotta say, Creature from the Black Lagoon is one of the best ones. I finally watched it for the first time last night. I'm not really gonna go into spoilers or anything here. These videos are kind of just a little small rant on why I either really enjoyed a movie or why I didn't, but I like doing this series during the Halloween times to just talk about some movies that I finally checked off my watch list. And I think the best way to describe this one is that it is the best B-level movie, or at least horror movie, of all time, in my opinion, because sure, I mean, it's great, and there's so many actual great things about it, but of course, the whole concept and some of the actions can be silly at times, and I think it's purposely that. It works in the movie, and I loved it. I think this movie is insanely well made, but it definitely has those kind of B-rate, B-level, whatever you want to call it, those type of aspects to it. I think that's the best way to describe it, and I really enjoyed it. So obviously the design of the creature is iconic, and it looks really cool. Again, it kind of plays into that silly thing when he's on water, sometimes when he gets drugged and he's kind of just walking around, or when they first shine the light on him. But the underwater footage is phenomenal. I mean, still today, it looks so good, and because this film is in black and white, they were able to get away with more stuff from the creature's design. Yes, I've seen kind of redone versions of it, and it looks great, but especially the black and white really gives that contrast. It really just enhances the whole experience here. This was from the 50s. This was later than all these movies. All these ones were in the 30s, but that one was in the 50s, and there are actually The Wolfman is in the 40s. But you can feel how it's slowly getting more modern, and I really like that. Of course, all the underwater footage is amazing, but it's so intense because I didn't really know where this movie was going. A lot of the time, it really added to that, and there are a lot of underwater scenes. It's not just, I don't know why I said under the water. Underwater works perfectly fine, but it's not like there's three, and they're sometimes characters even take down cameras and stuff there, and I found it really interesting. My one, if I really had to have one complaint with this movie, I think this movie's amazing, and I will definitely watch it again quite a few times. I just know it, but sometimes some of the actions from the creature is a little bit repetitive. Sometimes he just reaches through the window, or it reaches through the window when it kills someone, just grabs their face, which is totally fine by me. That wasn't really it, but there's a lot of times where he just kind of reaches through the window and it freaks someone out, or you just see it. So it's okay, maybe the odd, more creative thing, but it's really hard to criticize a movie like this because it's so iconic and so important. I mean, I would say monster movies, but creature movies, it's definitely one of the best ones. I also really enjoyed the human characters here, which a lot of the time these types of movies seem to fail at, but I like the connections between them. Some of them, there's a couple in this movie who are really some of the main characters. There's kind of an added person there who is the other guy that goes underwater, and all the situations that they get themselves into. This movie is also hilarious with the captain, and there's so many things. Some characters are here just to die, and you still feel for it. There's one character, I won't say who, obviously, because I normally talk spoilers in this video, but this one I won't, but he's bedridden for the last kind of act of this movie, I would say, in bandages, and you do actually feel bad for him because even though sometimes, as I said, he just kind of grabs their face, you do see the result very quickly of a little bit of blood and then just fully bandage and stuff. And I don't know, I just really enjoyed it. I watched it really late last night, and when I started, I was like, should I just like go to bed? And then I was like, no, I should watch this because I knew I was gonna like it. I'll be completely honest, I knew I was gonna like this movie because of how much I like the other ones, but I came out liking it even more than expected. If I had to give this a rating, it'd probably be like a 4.5 out of 5. It definitely could go up. Again, it's just that little repetition thing, and sure, you could say there's the minor thing, this hasn't aged well, this like all that kind of stuff with these movies, but it is a near masterpiece, and it is easily one of my favorite of the Universal monster movies. I think it really is considered that. It is a classic for a reason. It is such a good movie even now today. Sure, the odd thing may be dated, but it's hilarious, it's fascinating, it's interesting, it's intense at times. The score is very chaotic and really helps add tension to the scene in a very loud way, which may annoy some people, but I liked it. I liked all the human characters too, which is a massive plus because that kind of stuff never happens. But if you've seen Creature from the Black Lagoon, which I assume you guys have, let me know what you think of it down below. Is it the best B-level, B-rate horror movie of all time? Or what is better than that, I guess? Thank you all for watching. I will see you guys next time. Over and out.